Hello everybody and welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Finally happened. I'm a minute late. Sorry about that, guys. But welcome to episode 90 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. So we have a partial roll of 1970 S Mint Cellos tonight. We had gotten two partial ones, and so last night I took one from one to make 50. So I believe this one is going to be 36 coins here. But welcome everyone. Welcome Siren Silver Stash. Good to have you here. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome. And so here I was running just a minute late here, so I'll bring this in just a little bit closer. And so these ones I got off of eBay, and very, very nicely, heavily used bag. Probably had a sandwich in it at one point. But we will dump them out and take a look. Let me get a little bit better focus here. I think we can do better than this. We'll try to get it just right so we can see. But I will dump them out, and hopefully, we're going to look for some double dies tonight. We're going to look for some RPMs. It looks like we are finding what Blue Sandy pointed out was like some floating roofs. It looks like we had found about 5 of those. And Super Silverman was here last night pointing out a bunch of stuff to look for. It looked like we found one coin that had like struck through grease. So I'm going to pour these out kind of carefully. I feel like I counted them just because I didn't know how many were going to be in here, and I feel like I saw some really nice bright shiny ones today. And so we'll take a look through, we'll kind of look at what the condition of them is first, and then we'll go back through. I'm trying to see if I can maybe, I feel like instead of getting like full details, I'm just getting full on glare for you guys. And I'd rather show you guys more. I'd rather get this set up as good as I can. Alright, so it might just be this mint cello here too, so I will try the next one. It looks like the detail is really good on it. And we'll just try another one here. So how's everybody's day going? My day, once again, has pretty much been working all day. Got a bunch of coins listed. I'm trying something a little bit new where I made a ton of videos of a ton of coins. I'm trying to streamline things a little bit better. And so when I have quiet time, I'm going to basically make as many videos of the coins that I make videos of and list on eBay. And then throughout the day, just sporadically post videos during the day. I think I'm going to be able to do a lot more videos, and so I should have a lot more coins for you guys for you to see. And then it will of course leave time open for these streams at night. It looks like this one has those little alien crop circle things, some environmental issue I think. I did finally see a coin graded that looked like that. I was kind of under the impression that coins couldn't get graded, that it would come back as environmental damage. I figured all the little squiggly paisley things were from moisture damage. But I did see one the other day that was graded. I think it was like a 64, 65. So I found that interesting. I'd never tried to send one. Look at what the mint cello did. Like, yes, here's a very rare variety. It's a 1970 S with the floating 70S. Amazing, amazing coin. And for anyone just joining, I'm just joking. It's just there must have been some weight on the mint cello there, giving the impression of a 1970s. But that would be cool. That would be very fun. Oh good. Somebody loves this channel so much that they come every night to bless me and bless us by hitting that little thumbs down button. Sometimes they even get a friend to come, and I think they must hold each other's hands to do it, and they both push it at the same time and then giggle and run off happy to another channel. But they must love the channel because they're here every night. I think they only missed one stream. I don't know what happened that night. Maybe they were grounded. But alright, back to coins. Sorry, I just noticed it gives me the giggles when I see it. I'm like, I'm making it. Somebody you know, cares enough about this channel to come and do that every night. So I think it's pretty cool. Send them my love. Big heart, guys. Thanks for making me feel special. So yeah, so we got about 36 of these. We'll go through them. Hopefully we will find some good coins here. But how are you guys all doing tonight? I see a couple people watching, and I know quite a few of you guys watch on TVs and stuff, and that's totally cool. I understand. But I always like hearing from you guys too. Sometimes I'm like, who is it watching tonight? Like, cause I'm not sure if there's something I'm missing, but I only see people when they're watching when they talk. I don't know if it's like if they participate, that it shows participants. But if you guys want me to know that you guys are watching, let me know. And so yeah, I got a bunch of coins listed. I got a bunch of special mint set coins. I got a penny, nickel, dime, quarter today, so almost I think I just need the $50. And so that's kind of cool. I've never had like the full mint set. Look at the squiggles on this one. I think that these are just so cool. I feel like most people would just consider them damaged. I feel like they probably are. I just feel like they have character. Maybe it's because I went to college like for art, like I don't know. But if like somebody made like a giant version of these, like, you know, like a 3 by 3 foot, you know, penny sized thing with squiggles all over that, I think it would look really cool. I'd be like, wow, that's really beautiful. You did that? Cool. But instead it's just like some product of moisture, the environment. The environment can do pretty cool things. Some serious coin collectors would beg to differ, saying they destroyed our coins. This one here has a really nice reverse on it. Check out what the front looked like. Looked like a spot on the rim. And so I believe the seller here for these ones said that these came from a collector. Their last name I think was Miller. And so it sounded like it was like an estate sale. They had a full roll of Philadelphia, Denver, and then they had this roll which was 45 coins, but I donated 10 of them to fill the other partial roll that I had. Maybe I should have kept them separate, but I generally try to do 50 coin rolls or lots of these. And so by putting the two of them together, I was able to make one full lot, and then this one is the partial one that's left over. I almost thought about just doing the two of them together. I didn't have the ability to do both last night. I had a long, crazy day, and sleep was much more important than doing a stream till 1 in the morning, which is probably how long it would have taken. But eBay seems like there's some interesting things going on. You know, like we've been getting 50,000 free listings on eBay, but now it looks like the 50,000 free listings has stopped. It seemed like it was really good for the coin community. There was a lot of stuff being listed. Just things were really competitive and good. And now I'm seeing like the total listed items on eBay kind of dropping. Which in some ways is good because I'm not taking down mine, which means that it's like right now, like I have 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 40 PCGS graded coins pretty much. It might even be better than that now that things are dropping. But it just means that when people go on eBay, I'm going to have more coins up. But the other thing that's interesting is anybody that's in managed payments now, they cannot list in the coin sections until they figure out how to process it, because the managed listing payment processor won't let people process coin transactions on eBay. So it's really fascinating to me. It makes me kind of concerned because I buy a lot of coins off of just people trying to sell a couple coins. They upgraded a coin and I buy their old coin. And so it'll be really interesting to me, like it's one of the things is, am I going to be able to obtain as many coins? I might start doing a co-signing thing where like I'll buy people's coins or just advertising places that I sell coins. But I think that the total amount of listed items on eBay, I think the selection is going to really start dropping here. This is my speculation. I'm trying to take all the information that I have, which unfortunately eBay really hasn't been any help. They seem to be more interested in sports cards and basketball cards and whatever it was that it was having me sign in today. It was like they're here. The Umbrella Academy trading cards are here, the biggest thing on eBay. And it looks like there is a 25-year anniversary of eBay. So that's going to be interesting. So I registered for that today. It asked me what size t-shirt I wear and said something about a swag bag. So it said that anyone that gets a swag bag should do like a hashtag eBay 25, like put a hashtag eBay 25 thing to show opening this swag bag. So maybe I will humor you guys all and I will open a swag bag full of eBay products that is going to come here sometime in the next month or so. I've never gotten a swag bag for anything before, so we're gonna get one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if how fast eBay responds to the community. I feel like eBay is basically bending over backwards to get this payment processing contract. And it's like, why? I feel like the payment processor should be bending over backwards for eBay. But apparently it's the other way around. Like, it shows who the boss is. It's not eBay in this case. But it sounds like eBay is going into it with the mentality that, we're going to go ahead and do this, implement it. They are offering 50,000 free listings to people who have a store in pretty much all other categories. No drugs, guns, alcohol, no adult products, none of that stuff. But apparently, like, coins and gift cards and stuff fall into that. I guess there was a couple bad apples that perhaps were money laundering or doing something interesting. I'm not quite 100% sure. It's like, here, I'll sell you this quarter for $100,000, and it was a way for people to transfer money. Not really sure why they think that coin collecting. I mean, I know our government says only criminals use U.S. currency, but then it's like, why does our government make currency for criminals to use? Like, hey, maybe stop making currency for criminals and criminals won't use your currency. But and then they're like, oh yeah, if you want to use anything, like, oh, Bitcoin is used for criminals, and it's like, well, use our cash instead. And it's like, oh, so you just don't want other choices for criminals to use their funds with. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, the topic was eBay and the new managed payment not being able to process coin transactions. So will the market shrink? Will they say, oh, look at the market, it's declining. We don't want to support this anymore. It's a dying hobby. It's like, are they doing this on purpose? Without the 50,000 free listing, obviously people are probably going to list more. So statistically, their charts are going to show that, oh, coin collecting is a dying hobby. And then, because all the people that aren't coin dealers or have coin stores, they're going to be, or only the coin store people are going to be the ones listing stuff and selling stuff. So all of a sudden, only like a much smaller market will be listing the coins. They'll be able to say, look at how many listings there have been. There's like a huge decline. This is a lot, lost leader. We should just, leave this category. It's almost like they're manifesting. It's like doom. They didn't take any thought into it. But hopefully all my speculation is wrong. You know, the pros are, I feel like the market is going to become monopolized by a few individuals, kind of the big players, which eBay kind of always caters towards, you know, the bigger people on eBay. They don't really do the small mom and pops. At least this has been my experience. Like they just, you know, they want the people that pay a lot of money in eBay fees consistently month after month after month. And so I feel like the eBay, you know, coins and currency, it's going to be, you know, just become a couple large players. Uh, Hopefully that doesn't somehow edge me out. But I'm just about ready to start doing bulk submissions and stuff with PCGS. And I have tons and tons of raw coins that I'm ready to, you know, start submitting. So if I, you know, if I'm not buying as much from people selling their collections, I will probably just start doing bulk submissions earlier. So it's curious to me. That's all on the subject. It's kind of interesting to me. I like trying to think about things, and you know, it's like when I'm trying to deal with eBay, I'm dealing with a company that I have no control over. They're going to do whatever is best for their investors. You know, sometimes that's catering towards, you know, buyers, and, you know, encouraging more people to, you know, come to eBay to buy and consume. And sometimes it's just, you know, doubling fees. Like, look, we just doubled everyone's fees, all the sellers' fees, and look, we just had our largest quarterly profits ever. And, you know, it's like there's ways to take whatever numbers. This coin is beautiful. It's super, super bright on both sides, and the fields look really good. I guess there's almost like a little lowered piece of metal there. I missed that the first time. I don't know what that would be. I don't know if that's like a wheel mark or something. I wonder if that one little thing somehow kills the coin, or if it's just like a tiny little grease spot. Curious. Other than that, the coin is beautiful. So, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to mathematically figure out a business model to move forward through kind of these times. You know, we've got the pandemic going on. We just have, you know, changing in societies and economies, and just the entire world is really just changing. And so it's like normally during an economic downturn, this would be, you know, in my opinion, it would be one of the best times for people to invest in things that they know kind of retain value and have the hope to increase in value, you know, when economic conditions get better. But for me, like this one is like, it's like nothing I've learned about, you know, the 1918 pandemic is the closest one, and what we had the recession right after that. You know, we were just coming out of a world war. I don't know. It seems like the only thing that like took us out of the last recession was more war. So hopefully our governments have been enlightened, and the world is more enlightened and can figure out a better solution than war, to increase economic conditions. I'd like to think that people have been reading their history books and learning, and not just forgetting, but actually like remembering and becoming wiser. It's one of the sad human conditions that a lot of us are just really doomed to wake up every morning and just like make the same mistakes. But there's always the hope, right? There is definitely always some hope. So we're maybe, I think we're less than 10 coins away, and we'll start jumping into these. Hopefully we'll find something juicy. We can't know until we look up close. I mean, I'm sure there's a few of you guys that have already been able to tell. Sometimes I can spot things at this distance, but last night I thought I saw an RPM. But one of the things I've noticed, the 1970S's here, they do have a lot of machine damage, and there will be like a lot of like machine doubling. And so that machine doubling can definitely look like an RPM, even when you're up close. You know, when you're far away, it just looks really fat and crazy, and you're like, oh, I think I found something. And then you get close, and it's like, nope, machine doubling. It's like, it's kind of like the made you look date. There's just, I don't know, out of like a roll, pretty much every single one will have machine damage. There'll be one or two coins, I feel like, that won't just have significant damage to it. So I feel like these ones have had a little bit of environmental damage with the squiggliness on them. A couple of them have spots. You know, I don't really see a lot of marks on the coins. I feel like the coins are pretty clean, and it's always funny to see one like this. It's like so bright, so beautiful, almost looks proof-like. And then it's just got some like big obvious spots on them. It's like, to me, I wonder if like the coins that I get are really just severely picked over, and that like the majority of coins 1970s just look like this one without the spots, and it's just, I don't know, it's like I don't know how many times these coins have been looked over before I owned them. I'm guessing at least a few, like this one, the Mint Cello here. Here you can even see a little bit of the environmental damage, but this one feels like, you know, you can see the cello is like, you know, starting to like fray on the edge. It always surprised me that there's like, I think there's 3 layers to these. There might be 4. And I'm not exactly sure why there's 3. If like one includes this blue ribbing, and it's all just pressed together. It would be interesting to learn more about how these are made. This one has a spot and squiggles. Squiggly spots. That should be my like coin curse word. My PC curse word for coin roll hunting. Squiggly spots. So if I need to say it in a more upset, stern way. Those squiggly spots. There we go. Alright, so we are ready to zoom in here. It's a quiet night tonight. Alright, let me get some sip. I've been talking for a minute. Does anybody think we'll find anything? Yeah, let me dump these out so I'm not just picking them up and putting them back into the same place. Okay, we need some light. Shield your eyes, put on your sunglasses. We have some machine damage on Liberty. If I've seen that right. I'm not used to it on all the way over here, but hey, I'll take it. Well, I'm going to move this in the Mint Cello because I could not even see that L. Yeah, it looks like we got some scooping on Liberty. Let's see if we can see the date a little bit better. Looks like a little bit of scooping on the front of the date here. Some machine damage. Try to get a clear W and E for you guys. Yeah, this cello is pretty beat up. The back's a little bit better here. So we'll just kind of cruise through these letters. I feel like I haven't really seen a lot on the back. The one thing that we've been finding is when the little line connecting the 2 buildings is gone, and it just basically looks like a floating top on that building. So we'll continue looking for those because it seems kind of cool. This one has like that little chip We found that chip on 3 other L's so far. It's just kind of sitting there. I don't think we found anything on any of them. This one is pretty, like Liberty here is pretty flat. The B almost looks like its bottom is broken out. Hopefully we'll be able to see the date here pretty clearly. It is interesting to me how much like the mint cello on the Liberty side always seems to be pretty toasted. And I feel like we always get better vision on this side. I don't know why that is. I want to check out this 7 sideways. The little line in between where the 7, the top and the bottom kind of meets. Just looks a little bit interesting there to me. It's like on some angles it almost looks like there's like another little slant down there. I don't think we're seeing anything. Just want to look at the O here. I think it's just been struck and flattened a little bit. It just looked a little bit wider than most O's I've looked at. And we always got to remember to, look to see if it's a small date. A little bit of extra W down, a little bit of something in between the two-part tips of the W on the bottom. And once again, I'm not really expecting to find anything here on the reverse. I feel like people have said there are things, they just, people don't really look for them because the front has so much good stuff going on. This one does kind of look like a floating roof. I feel like on this one side, like there's like an angle you can see one of them. And I feel like the initial down here is supposed to be pretty faint, if non-existent, which it pretty much is. It's a little thicker than some of the floating roof ones I've seen. Smell pancakes again. I feel like I've been smelling pancakes for the last couple of days. It's been good times. I feel like the same with this one. If you look, I feel like maybe it's just the reflection of the 7, but where the two parts of the 7 come together, if I can find it again, it almost looks like there's just like a little line. I mean, it's basically flat. I feel like if it was, I know that there's a lot of double dies where there's like a little floating line above the 7 or below. I feel like the ones that we have found on the 1970, I think they were 1970 Ps, we were able to see pretty clearly. So the fact that it's like only one tiny little angle that we can almost see something, I think we're good and just pass on by. But I'm pointing them out just in case someone else is watching and they know better, they can correct me. I love it when people tell me I'm wrong. I'm not sure if I've seen, if you like look to the west of the L, there it kind of looks like there is just a little something there. Maybe it's a die chip, but there's a little raised piece of metal just touching the rim there. This Y, you can get it to focus again. Maybe it's just machine damage. I know things were kind of looking doubled there on me. We'll see how the date goes. Sometimes when the Liberty looks kind of machine doubled, everything else will look like really, really, really doubled. Yeah, I guess it's everything seems to have like kind of a little bit of an outline on this coin. I don't think it's what we're looking for. So here you guys can see on the roof, there's, nice distinct lines on these ones. So obviously this one doesn't have a floating roof. A bunch of coins were volunteering for next, me next. There can only be one. They'll have to wait their turn. That's some nice machine doubling on this one. We have clear doubling on the 1, the 9, the 7, and the 0, and the mint mark. If only this was the doubling we were looking for. We can still take a look and see if we can find anything. I believe it's possible to still have a double die even when everything is like severely doubled. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, I went on eBay and there were quite a bit of sales for floating roofs. I just feel like we're finding too many of them. I feel like half the ones we've looked at tonight have been supposedly floating roofs. I definitely saw quite a lot of different places talking about them. They do appear to be real. I just don't know if maybe the ones I have are just like almost floating roofs, or what's going on with them, because I feel like we're finding a lot of them. Some interesting kind of die chips or like deteriorated die there. Look at some pretty rough looking letters on that last one. It's like, it seems like a different kind of wear. It just seemed like the dies were like dirty, or like whatever was making them was all, I don't know, it was like the die was dirty, had like got sand in it or something. That one's kind of interesting, the L. There almost looks, maybe it's machine doubling, but like to the north of the bottom line, almost looks like there's like a little thing above it. Like the letters in here, like the I there looks like super wide. like the Y on the left side kind of looks split. I mean, it might be some sort of machine doubling. Looks like some machine doubling on the mint mark. And I'm not sure with the 7 what causes that. So these are the last 1970 S's that I have. I'll definitely look for some more around. I'm almost curious to buy some, original bank wrapped rolls, if there are even any out there. And then I imagine that there's plenty that claim they are original rolls, and they just they could be whatever. It's like I want to assume that basically anything opened has been searched. Oh, look at the rim's edge on this one. It's like this is in a mint cello. I know we're zoomed in pretty far. That just looks really, really ragged. Imagine finding a nice coin inside a mint cello and then the rim is like that. Well, it happens. Like, we've definitely found some really interesting coins in it that's like, okay, that looks like just damage, but it came from the mint, so technically it's mint damage. But I guess ordinary kind of damage can happen at the mint too. It's not. Accidents happen. Things definitely happen. I'm not sure if I could pick what I'd want to find out of here. I mean, I feel like the thing that I want to find the most is a small date, just because it sounds like not a lot of people find them. I found like quite a few RPMs, the 001 RPM, so it's like I'm always happy with those. And I've definitely checked, they do sell, and since these are in mint cellos, they're going to be a mint state RPM. But I found a couple of those, and it's like some of the double dies are pretty intense for this state. They are worth a bit. But I do need to I need to go and look at some pictures. Like I know that the 9 is supposed to basically kind of point, just it kind of goes directly east. But it's like I don't know if the entire thing points east. It just always looks like it's pointing down towards the bottom of the 7. It's like I feel like that's what a lot of people say to look for. But then other people are saying, oh, look at this, and there just seems to be so many different ways to kind of decide if it's a small date, and there's just too many of them for me. It makes me confused when I'm like, okay, it looks like this and it looks like that, but then okay, it's not pointing, so which one is it? Or does it just have to be all of the above, which is probably my guess. looks like the hardest date and mint mark we've had trouble seeing so far. So I didn't get to look to check if it was just a realist, but I know we've been talking a lot about the 1936 proof Lincoln wheat cents, and it looked like last night someone had bought. Like, there was basically 8 of them on eBay. Like, I have one. Accredited Coins has 2 of them, and so there's basically there were 8 of them, and then somebody bought one last night, leaving 7 of them. And then today I saw another one listed. I didn't get a chance to see if it was a relist or a brand new listing, but it would be interesting to see which one it is. But for those of you guys who haven't seen the 1936 proofs, they're pretty nice, but the main thing about them is they only made 3,800 proof sets for that year. 3,800. So basically there's only 3,800 people that can build a proof set that include that year. So I feel like it makes a pretty rare coin. The difference is, not nearly as many people collect proof coins that collect business strikes like these. And most people will start with more modern coins and eventually work their way back. So it's like I feel like they're way undervalued. This is my feeling just from looking at the numbers. But it'll be curious to see. I feel like from the way that the prices are just going up, 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 I feel like other people are starting to agree. I believe this one kind of looks like an RPM, but I believe it is just a machine damage. You can see the machine damage on the top of the 7 and the 0 and the 9. The 9 is all scooped out. And so I believe that's exactly what's happening here on the mint mark. We can see if any of the rest of the coin has any scoop in as well. And so I believe we have another roll of Philadelphia and another roll of Denver. And since we're still in the 70s here, I guess I should have called this 70s week or 70s coin week, because we've basically been looking at the Mint Cellos here in the 70s for quite a few days, pretty much all weekend I think, and all this week so far. But there's just 2 more rolls. And then we will play around in the 60s, and we'll kind of end up looking through tons and tons and tons of proof mint cellos. So we're going to get to know a lot of coins pretty much all the way back to the 50s. And then I have been buying quite a lot of mint sets or proof sets. And I did buy quite a lot of unopened proof sets, so it will be interesting. I think we're going to open some, and then we're going to get back to normal Coin Vault has opened episodes. We have a ton more of those to do, and then I do have if we ever get through all the rolls that I put away, I do have like bank bags full of more coins. So we've got quite a few years. I'm going to need to figure out how to make more shows and give you guys more content, because we're going to be doing this forever, and I feel like I keep having new ideas, Like I want to start doing like, you know, I would love to do some like just roll searching, like searching through rolls, searching through bank boxes, original bank wrapped rolls, just, you know, kind of go to where everything started. It's just fun to search for things in the wild. I feel like the expectations are low, but the fun is, it's just fun. It's like when I'm looking through rolls where like basically everything is kind of something that I've already found. It's fun because I haven't seen the stuff in 10 to 20 years, and I never got a chance to check out and see if it was worth anything. But it's still, you know, I feel like I know that there's not a 1914D or something that like, if I had found that, I would have kept it. Okay, this is that one. I'm just going to move it around to the cello so I can see it, but I was like, wait, where'd the rest of the date go? It was kind of a good April Fool's Day joke there. It definitely looked like there was just like a rogue 7 and a 0 and an S. So I don't know if that happened in the mail or when the last person owned it, but it definitely looked like it had had some pressure put on the coin at some point. Give me 1 second here. Alright, next up. Will we find anything in this roll? I feel like we didn't get any RPMs last night, which was a little bit of a surprise. So far, none in this roll too. But I'm not sure, I think we're probably about halfway through the roll. I'm not sure if anybody is counting, but I believe this is only a 36 count roll. So we probably will not be going, we'll probably go to about 10:45 tonight is my guess. But also I know that like I have a bunch of coins that I'm wanting to show you guys, but if there's coins you guys are wanting me to get, I can try to get coins for you guys to see. It goes for you know, my PCGS videos as well. If there are any PCGS graded coins you guys would like to see close up or a video made of, I can try to get one for you guys. Like the lettering on this Liberty is like so much more small and so much more precise than all the other ones we've looked at. It's always just interesting to me when all of a sudden something is like that much different. I got a little itch. Camera went crazy. Woo! It's interesting. 0, it just kind of looks like it's kind of like bent and flat on the one part on the bottom there. It just looks like it's bending down. Didn't see anything on that one. Yeah, then we go back to another one and everything is much more blocky. The cellophane was like super crunchy. interesting, kind of like a little bit of doubling on the T and the R. Hey, thank you. Welcome, Metal Detecting with Austin Simpson. Welcome. Yeah, we're just going through a partial roll of 1970S's today. Haven't found anything yet. This roll was from someone that I'd never bought from before. They said it was from a collection, someone whose last name was Miller, and they were selling off the collection. So I've never bought from them before. It looks like there's some coins that are kind of pretty in it, but we haven't found any varieties. We haven't found any errors yet. But welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good night. It looks like tomorrow we're probably going to have a Philadelphia roll from the 1970, and then we're going to follow it up with a Denver roll the next night. And we so far we've had pretty good luck with the Philadelphia rolls. We found quite a few double dies. In past 1970S rolls, we had some good luck finding a bunch of RPMs. We're just not having the same luck with these ones tonight. And lots of machine doubling to throw us off with these coins. Have not found anything on the reverses of the coins, but the only kind of variety I've seen on the reverse of a coin was on the proof ones. So I don't think we're going to find anything on these business strike coins. But we're looking a little bit. We're not checking the whole things. We have found the floating roofs where the line here connecting the top and the bottom here is just basically missing. And so pretty much there can be some double dies that show pretty well in Liberty here. And then there's a small date variety that we're looking for. If the curl of the 9 basically goes like straight east, it's supposed to be an indicator of a small date, but when it points towards the bottom of the 7 here, it's the pretty common large date. And so we're just checking to see if we can find a small date. It seems like in MS65 they're worth about $60. So that, you know, if we're able to find one, you know, even in MS63 or 64, it's going to be worth more than the entire roll of Mint Cellos combined. So we're going to look for one. And I was surprised to see the floating roofs on eBay were selling for about 10 to 12 bucks a piece. And the same with the RPM for this year. It seemed like they were selling, I don't know, graded, I was seeing some sell for like 40, 50 bucks. But ungraded, it seemed like they were selling for about 10 bucks. And so from what I hear, also another indicator of the small date can be you've got a really nice L, and then everything gets like totally faded like this here. But it, you know, the tip of the 9 still has to kind of head east, so I'm seeing it point towards the bottom of the 7 there. And I believe that's machine damage. It might be worth me, give me 1 second, I know that you guys can't see anything. I just want to check I think that there is a third RPM. I'm just typing some things in on copper coins here. I think that there is a third RPM that is just a little piece. Okay, so... Oh, no, but that one's a proof. Okay, that's why I wasn't looking for that one. Okay, it did look a lot like it. If you find like a split on the top serif that looks kind of like that on a proof one, that is actually a pretty nice RPM. I didn't see all the prices just now, but it looked like in lower grade it was kind of like 50 to 75 bucks. I don't think that that was what we were looking at because this is not a proof coin. I don't know, the lettering up there looked a little thicker. Just take one more look at this. All the letters are really nice too. They're really nice and thick, while a lot of them, you know, like just try to like remember what we were just seeing. And this one kind of looks like a floating roof here. You can see that line is gone. It also looks like a rather weak strike. Like pretty much all the details in the top here are gone, we'll see. It's like you can see a little bit of the edge here, but it's pretty much the top and the bottom are disconnected. And the initials here are almost gone. Alright, so in a second we'll go back and look at the top there, and you guys will see probably on this one the W will just be like really, I don't know, it just won't be very, very clear at all. So we'll check the top and the bottom of the 7, make sure there's not an extra line there. Just machine damage on the mint mark here. It makes them really confusing. Since I have other RPMs for the year that I found, I should probably just have one out. I feel like that this W and E looks a little bit clearer, but the other one was just like really, really nice. And then the line here, you know, it's pretty distinct. On this one, has a nice shadow on it. You know, it's much better formed. We'll cruise around the bottom of here since we haven't really been checking them out at all. You know, we can't find something on the back if we don't look, but I have not found anything on the back, and I'm not seeing people finding anything on the back except for the floating roof, and so trying not to make like a 3-hour show out of one roll or a partial roll. It definitely can be done. Some pretty nice looking machine damage, but that's what it is, machine damage. You know, it kind of looks like a double like RPM, but it's not, unfortunately. I kind of miss getting excited every time I think I find a rare coin to just find out that it's damage. It was a fun feeling. You know, when you get that adrenaline, when you feel like you found something really cool, and then later you find out that it's not. It's like it still felt good. You know, it's like when you go to bed feeling like I found a double die. It's like, you know, you take that to bed with you, and yeah, you find out the next day when the adrenaline wears off, and you like take a more serious, scrutinizing look at it, that it's not one. So some machine damage on the 9, on the top of the 7, and the 0 just, you know, looks very nice and doubled. Let's move the coin in the cello here. I cannot see the mint mark at all. And unfortunately, that is machine damage on the mint mark. I used to say, like, I love machine damaged coins. Like, I don't see why they're not collectible. I think they're awesome looking, they're fun, they look really cool. You know, it's like I'd almost buy them like that just because of the way they looked. But you know, going through these rolls, if I decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy machine damaged coins, there would be a lot of people selling me machine damaged coins. It would be they would have like a lifetime supply in these 1970s. There are a lot of them. So we're just gonna keep on looking. That's what we do. So I feel like we saw this 7 earlier. I don't know, this one we can't see quite as clear, but there's just like all these little chips. I guess it's probably a deteriorated die. But there's just like, it almost looks like little chips that were like sand or something, but now they're part of the die. I think that's like the 3rd one I've seen with the 7 like that. But that's why I like looking through roll after roll after roll of the same date and mint. It's like you start to remember all these different like little things, uniquenesses of certain dies that you find. And it's amazing that you get to see the same dies over and over again, considering how many dies they must have used to make all the millions and billions of coins that they make. It's like I'm wanting to guess that's like a die scratch inside the A there. There's definitely a pretty distinct line in there. I think we maybe have 10 left. Still have the same odds of finding one. Just we're getting closer to not finding one at all. We've got machine damage on the 7 for sure. The light's a little funky here. Looks like the 9 is pointing towards the bottom of the 7. Trying to look extra hard at the W there, because one of the double dies that is worth a lot, like that W there is crazy doubled. The kind of doubled you just can't miss, even if you missed it on other parts of the coins. And I think we're looking at the coins, you know, close enough that if there's any like real double dies, but there are so many of them that it's like I don't know all of them, so there's different things to look for. It's crazy. It's like the more you start looking for different coins, like the more you find out. Hey, welcome Blue Sandy. How are you doing tonight? Congratulations again on the scavenger hunt. Had any more luck? Have you been looking again tonight? But just let me know too. If you're done looking, I can send out your prize. I just some people have been like, you know, oh, you know, just I'm gonna look for a couple more days, and so just let me know. Hope you're having a good night. You haven't missed anything yet per se. I don't think we found a couple of what looked like the floating roofs again. And it's curious just because I'm not sure if there's like a certain requirement for the floating roof that we're not meeting. Like if the initials have to be completely gone. I'm just curious because like it feels like we are finding a lot of floating roofs. Like it seems like about 1 in every 10 coins we're finding a floating roof. And if they are all floating roofs, then we're doing really good. We should start selling them on eBay, and then we can buy more. Oh no. Oh, you're on the East Coast. I forgot about that. Um, tornadoes in Massachusetts, my gosh. Um, I remembered hurricanes galore. I remember lots and lots of hurricanes, but not tornadoes. Oh, I'm glad the power is back. Yeah, I got quite a few people on eBay were like, you just won my item, but I'm uh I'm not gonna be able to ship it out until after this hurricane's done. So, and I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. I'm patient. I'm in no hurry. Send it when it's safe to. Like, stay safe. That's the important part. Nice. Yeah, no, I did stay up and watch the video, I watched the part of the video on the floating roofs, and I did look on eBay, and there were a lot of sales. It seemed like, for a coin in mint state, it seemed like they sold for about $12, and I saw people selling like circulated floating roofs, and I was just like, well, when they're circulated, wouldn't it be like a lot easier for them to be a floating roof? Just by the time things get really worn. Trees down everywhere. Yikes. Yeah, we had a bomb cyclone hit here last fall. Um, and like normally, it's kind of windy, but I think that they actually had cyclones here, um, like 20 years, not 20, like 10 years ago or something. And it was like something I didn't think we had here. But apparently we can get bomb cyclones, which when I read it in the news, when I saw bomb cyclones, I was like, oh, that's somewhere else. I don't need to worry about that. And there were just like redwoods falling from the sky. It's kind of scary. Um, hello, Edwin Vasquez. Welcome. Everything good with your trees and stuff? Everything good with you, Blue Sandy? Your power's on, you're safe, nothing's destroyed there, I hope? I feel like the toughest thing about the East Coast was just like 3 feet of snow on the ground. Um, like I used to, like the town that you live in, I used to deliver like newspapers. And I'd be like delivering newspapers in a geoprism with like 3 feet of snow on the ground. It was like I was the one making tire tracks in the road for the snow plows and stuff to drive on. How I never got in an accident, I do not know. But fortunately I didn't. I don't miss driving on like what is it, I-95. I don't miss driving on that when it's like all ice. No fun. I'm doing pretty good, Edwin. How are you doing? Welcome. We're just going through the rest of this roll here. Unfortunately, I think we're getting pretty close. Um, I think there's like 4 more coins going. Okay, I'm glad you're good. Like, yeah, some of the storms lately, it seems like the storms in the world are getting uh, just crazier. It's like the Earth's had enough of us. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can all stick around and make it a better place. Um, see if we can find a couple more floating roofs here. Yeah, I don't know. Living here in California, it's like when it like rains outside. I don't know. On the East Coast, it's like you know, you learn how to drive responsibly in weather. But it's like every time it rains up here, you have like 20 cars off the side of the road crashed. And it's just kind of ridiculous. I don't know if it's a Northern California thing, or just like the whole West Coast. But it's just, I feel like a lot of people, they're not used to the weather and they're just driving through and they hit a little bit of weather and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna like drive like it's normal sunshine, and it's just like, it's like carnage, like a Carmageddon game. It's just cars everywhere, destruction. It's like that guy around here that decided to like do like demolition derby style driving, like like rammed like 28 cars like last week. And then it's like you see the mugshot, and it's like, yeah, that person definitely did it. This one kind of, you know, it's got a little bit of a line underneath the roof connecting here. I saw the video that you were talking about, the COVID-19 that you said was in it. I didn't see the COVID-19 coin. I wasn't able to go back and watch it a second time. I did watch the video. I just need to go back and watch because I do not remember. I've seen a bunch of the COVID-19 coins, but I don't believe that I saw the one in your collection, so I don't know which one it is. But I was meaning to do that. I just had a crazy day yesterday. It was one of those days where every time I like sat down, something went bang and like I had to get back up. And so today's been a little bit more relaxed. I got to catch up on my work. And so I should have some time to watch videos again. Constantly sending stuff into space and digging underground. It's interesting that we like know more. Here's another one of those sevens, that we know more about outer space than we know about our oceans. And that we're able to go into outer space, yet there's places in our ocean that we can't build, you know, that we can't visit in person. Just, you know, it seems interesting. I mean, I guess there's more gravity towards the center of the, you know, way down there than there is in space, but really it kind of blows my mind. I will check out your video again, Edwin. Thanks for stopping by again and reminding me to watch. I've definitely had a list that I've been working on. Here's that same A. We saw this about 10 coins ago. And I'm guessing this is like a die scratch. But it's like exactly like the other one that we saw. So I guess if we ever found, you know, something interesting on a coin that, or on a coin that has that, and it was, you know, kind of hard to notice, we could use that as a marker, which would be interesting. But we'd need to have something to use it as a marker for. I don't know, maybe we should scout around here a little bit. What could we be missing? I will have to check out, I'll have to check out that post because I'd like to learn more about it, and make sure that what we're seeing is exactly what we're seeing, because if it is, I feel like we found like 20 of them in the last couple rolls, and if, you know, it's legit to sell them for 10, 12 bucks a piece, that would make me very interested in just looking for that variety. So here's the fifth 7 that we've seen like this. I don't know what did it to it. It's just all these like little tiny broken pieces of 7 just smashed on it. Very interesting looking. Interesting looking curved, raised part on this. I don't know what's causing that there, but there's like kind of a hump in the metal and some die scratches going over it. Lots of die scratches going all the way around. Kind of interesting looking. So I believe tomorrow we are going to be going back to 1970 P, and then we have a 1970 D to finish up our 1970s. And so it looks like we're going to almost make it through the week, a week full of 70s. And then it looks like we have at least a week of 60s to go through, and possibly, I think I might have like 2 weeks of like 1950 proofs. So that'll be fun. We're going to have to get good at looking at proof coins for proof varieties. But I think the Mint Cellos are like really clear and really, really beautiful. So hopefully it is a treat. Alright, so cross your fingers everyone, this is the last one here. I can check under my keyboard here tonight because the other night after we finished up, I found one of the coins had actually, I'm not sure if it happened when we were going through them the first time or the second, but it rolled underneath the keyboard. I thought I was putting the coin in a good place, or the coin's in a good place where, you know, they would be safe while we were making a video and looking at the coins and searching, but apparently one got lost, and it was a floating roof as well, so we had found 5 that night. So we're just going to give this coin the good look over here. And so it looks like we're about 250 hours maybe to 4,000 watch hours. So it will be awesome to see what happens. You know, I have no idea if everybody gets accepted to YouTube partners, if you just need the requirements, if they, you know, send you back to the beginning once you get there. It'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'm interested to see what happens at least. But, you know, I'll take a moment here since we're almost there and say thank you guys. I really appreciate all the support. It's been a lot of fun making these videos and doing streams with y'all. And I look forward to doing years more of them. We definitely have years more of coins to look through. It's going to take us forever. I can't believe we've only been doing the streaming for 8 months, and I know I took 6 weeks off for the pandemic when I was trying to figure out how I could stream or make videos because my life is crazy here. What's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. That's the thing. I mean, when you get to 4,000 hours, then you get to be a YouTube partner. Supposedly you can get paid. I'm not sure if YouTube already puts advertisements before and after my streams or videos. I don't see any, but I go to other people who aren't partners yet and they have advertisements, so it's kind of confusing. I think you get paid for like how many people watch your videos or click on your show. I think that they have advertising going all over the place. I don't really have the need for it because my PCGS videos that I make, those basically pay for the channel. That's what I do for work. This is more just for fun. I'd be looking through coins and just doing coin stuff by myself. And instead of doing stuff by myself, I get to do it here with you guys. And also I get to learn about coins because people are constantly teaching me new things. And then as a byproduct of that, other people are learning new things because people are just, it's like everyone's able to teach each other here. And so I'm really benefiting, and I hope everyone else is benefiting from that. I have fun. Hey, Paul Hampton, welcome. We're pretty much just wrapping up here tonight. It did not seem like we had any luck here. No RPMs, no double dies that I saw. A couple floating roofs. I guess if we've been having good luck with anything, it's been floating roofs. We've probably found like 20 in the last couple shows. Tomorrow we're gonna have a 1970 Philadelphia roll, then a Denver roll, then we're gonna have like 60s for like a week, and then we're gonna have like probably a week or two of 1950 proofs, because I probably have like 1,000 proof wheat cents in Mint Cellos to look through. And then who knows, because if I'm able to pick up more stuff in between, and then hopefully sometime we're going to get back to just looking at the coin vault has opened like the traditional, where we're just looking through all the old stuff that I bought a long time ago. But yeah, so we're almost to 4,000 watch hours, and so we're really excited about that. It could happen tonight, it could happen in a couple days. I'm just also interested to see if once you become a YouTube partner, if eBay's algorithm puts you in, more people randomly pop in, or what happens. I just don't know. It's felt like a very, very slow, like gradual increase over the last year. So I just don't know if things like, all of a sudden start to pick up. But it's been a fun ride, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next year. But thanks everyone for the support. It's been really great. Just at the right time. Well, fortunately, it seems like, I know that these are bonus streams. My normal streams are on Wednesday and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. But it seems like we've been able to do a bonus stream basically every day, except for maybe once or twice since I started streaming, like pretty much every day. But I only guarantee I'll be here Wednesday and Saturday nights at 9. It's so that I can feel like I have a choice in the matter. Once I start feeling like I don't have and I've got to show up, then it starts to feel like work. And so it's like I make my brain think that this is by choice and for fun, which it is fun. But when it's like you have to do something, like if someone told you have to do something, then it's like, what if I want to play hooky tonight? What if I want to watch a movie instead? What if I want to do this? I just like to like give myself the illusion of free choice. But yeah, and maybe I'll start doing double Mint Cellos. It's just I've been getting up like early, like I feel like half this week, or like this week I've pretty much been getting up like really early, like between like 6 and 7, and then I'm going to like, and that's like making videos and doing eBay stuff, and then getting on here and staying on here till like pretty much midnight doing more coin stuff. It's like I've been dreaming coins, like lots and lots and lots of coin dreams lately. Not to say that they haven't been good. I've been finding, coins with like tails on both sides. I've been finding slabbed PCGS, proof 70, American silver, or the gold eagles. I'm just like ounces of gold eagles just like out on the ground, like pre-slabbed. Like I'm like, what's going on here? But thank you for stopping by, Blue Sandy. Thank you for stopping by, Paul Hampton. Thank you for stopping by, Edwin Vasquez, and thank you for stopping by Metal Detecting with Austin Simpson. Appreciate you guys coming. Let me just check to make sure. I have not confirmed I have found any 1970s small dates yet. I'm to the point where I feel like I keep getting all this different conflicting information. I feel like the one thing that's kind of consistent is you want the 9 to point due east, that it fully curves and points to the east. I feel like everything that I've looked at points down towards the 7. Now, if that information is just completely inaccurate, then I need to look at everything again. I feel like I found a bunch of coins that have all the other indicators of a small date, but the 9 does not point due east, so it kind of confuses me. Thank you for stopping by Metal Detecting with Austin Simpson. Yeah, I'm pretty much every night, but I only promise Wednesday and Saturday. I know it sounds odd to say it that way, but the way that things have been going, it's pretty much every night. Yes, I've started selling nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars. I'm starting to look at some world coins. I'm just trying not to branch off into too many things. I've always been a small cent, large cent guy. It's just like, like 10, 20, 30, like nearly 40 years of just pennies. And I'm like, okay, I'll learn everything about them and then I'll branch out. And then it's like I'm just realizing, okay, if I wait till I know everything about pennies, I'm going to be dead. So I'm learning about nickels, dimes, quarters, and strangely, it's everything's kind of coming together like more. I feel like by learning about other coins, I'm learning more about what I started wanting to learn about. And I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but what's odd is on my eBay store now, I'm selling more dimes and quarters and half dollars than I'm selling pennies. Like yesterday, I think I sold 11 dimes and 1 penny. And so it was like, but today I think I sold like 11 pennies and 1 dime. So it's funny. Um, but yeah, I'm getting into other coins. Half dollars seem to be what's interesting me the most, but they're also kind of the priciest. The Franklins are really cool. The Kennedys are cool. I feel like it's a lot harder to get a higher grade Kennedy than I would have thought. It seems I just never saw many out there, so I thought that people weren't as interested in them. But now I'm realizing that the reason there's not a lot out there is because everyone buys them all up and there's not a lot of people who want to sell them. But yeah, it's interesting. I think the only thing I haven't really sold well is nickels, and so I kind of had the impression that nobody really liked nickels, so I'm kind of like backing off the nickels a little bit. I bought some ones that seemed like really nice coins, and just I'm not seeing any interest in them. Yeah, I believe, like when I look at when I look at them for like a high seven or like a low seven, when I look at stuff like that, or I look at like the iBirdie being like, super faint and worn out, when I look at the other things, I feel like I'm seeing it. But then when I don't see like the nine pointing, and so I don't know if people are just spreading information that doesn't exist, or if it relates to a proof version of the coin, or what. Um, but it confuses me. I'm just hearing too much information. So my plan is I'm going to buy, when I'm able to, like 5 or 6 small dates, because it seems like they're hot anyway, and it seems like they're not as easy to find as people kind of make it out to be. So why not join a little bit of the 1970s small date proof mafia, and or not proof mafia, but the 1970s small date mafia, because it definitely seems like some of these kind of dates that have a lot of attention, it's like they're like regulated, like like the price doesn't drop below a certain price, like the price is held solid by something. Um, so I'm gonna keep looking here, but I'll be back tomorrow with Philadelphia. I'm I think I still have about another 100 coins in the mail. It seems like I used to have about 20 coins in the mail at all times, and now it's just moved up to like 100. By moving it to buying different denominations, I'm just finding a lot more coins available to buy and sell. And so at the same time, I'm like working like 5, 6 times as much because there's like 5, 6 times more stuff. Um, and so I don't know. Life has been crazy. Life has been fun, and it's good. Other than this pandemic, I'm loving life, and I'm glad to be able to say that. And I wish you guys a good night. So I wish you guys health. I wish you guys luck searching for stuff. I hope you guys find some fun treasure. But I'm going to call it a night tonight, and appreciate you guys all a lot. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the future.